When I was growing up, I've got a brother who's 2 years younger than I. He and I sometimes would be just kind of nasty to each other. You know, that saying, it's for me to know and you to find out and stuff like that, you know. Well, we weren't terribly bad siblings, and I love my brother. Hey, now is our time for me to know and you to find out some questions that you ask and answers from me. Hi everyone, it's Michelle and welcome to my channel, Kansas Girl 1969. Today I'm going to have my very first official Q&A video. I had my 1K subscriber giveaway not too long ago, and one of the criteria for entering that giveaway was to ask me a question. So I'm going to grab my iPad here and go through a few of the questions. I don't want this video to be too long, and so I'll probably do this in several parts. The first question I'm looking at says, what are the best skincare items that work best for you? I am always trying new skincare items, but I always go back to a vitamin C serum and my Retin-A, hands down. Now, I don't have anything else that I just swear by that, you know, I couldn't live without, but those are my two best skincare items. I should tell you that I have not gone through these questions ahead of time, so I'm kind of answering them cold, and hopefully that's okay. Let's see, next one. If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go? All right, you probably don't know this about me, but I am not a good airplane flyer. Probably the longest flight that I've done okay on is a 3-hour flight. Anything beyond that, not too good, and if there's any turbulence, I'm not real good. And I have a bad neck, so my neck goes out a lot, and it just hurts a lot, and it's all kind of interrelated with migraines, I think. But sitting in an airplane seat for very long can really bother my neck. So that being said, I'm really afraid to fly to Europe. And my husband says that he should try to save up and get me some kind of a business class or whatever class it is that you have a seat that lays down so that I can actually lie down and go to sleep and get some medication from my doctor that will help me sleep and, you know, just sleep through the whole flight, and then he thinks I would be okay. I may try that eventually, but if I didn't have to go on an airplane, boy, would I ever love to see Paris. I would love to go to England. And so those are two places that I would definitely want to see. The next question asks, what is my current favorite foundation? And I also try a lot of different foundations, but my go-tos are, it's a Givenchy Photo Perfection foundation. I mix that with Estee Lauder Double Wear Light. And I'll try to put a picture up on the screen of a bottle of each of these. But I just squirt a little of each of those on the back of my hand and swirl them around, because the Givenchy is a little bit of a thin consistency and the Estee Lauder Double Wear Light is a little thicker consistency. And putting those together and mixing those colors together really gives me a pretty nice finish. So those are my go-tos. Today I'm wearing a sample of a YSL foundation. It's only the second time that I've tried it, so I can't tell you whether or not this is a favorite, but definitely those other two are. The next question I just looked at and went to grab a couple of things. This one is, do you do any crafts? And let us know and would love to see your work. All right, I'm not super crafty and I don't have a whole lot of free time these days. But my mom has taught me how to knit. I'm not good at it. I just can do very basics. I love to use knitted little washcloths to use in my kitchen. So here's one. And I'm not sure, quite honestly, if I made this one or if my mom made this one, because she has given me some and then I've made some. But this is just a simple design, and I use these knitted washcloths all the time, dishcloth, whatever you want to call it, all the time in my kitchen. That's really all I use to wash dishes if I need to scrub something up. And then I got really ambitious about 5 years ago and decided I would make one of my sons a throw blanket, you know, like a car blanket kind of a thing. And I started on it, and we moved to a different house, and in moving I kind of got out of the knitting, and then now I've let it sit so long, I'm afraid I wouldn't even be able to pick it back up and finish it. I may try that one day. I'm a little overwhelmed even thinking about it, but I'll show you what I've done so far. Put it in a bag. It's got kind of blue and green marled stripes. And this is a corner, and then it's working its way down. Anyway, it's really pretty, but I'm not sure if I can finish it. I feel like a partial failure when it comes to knitting, but you know, maybe one day when I have more time, I can practice more and get more into it. The next question is, when you were a high school senior, what did you want to be when you grew up? I was never one of those kids that knew exactly what I wanted to be. In high school, especially, I just wasn't sure. I knew that I liked my math classes, and my dad is now a retired electrical engineer, so I thought perhaps I would want to go into engineering. I thought that I maybe liked health-related things. I thought perhaps a nurse, but then I realized I was too squeamish for that. And plus, I ended up not really enjoying my science classes that much. So as a high school senior, I wasn't really sure. And I think there's a lot of high school seniors that go into the world, into college or whatever, that really don't know what they want to do. I will say that when I went to college, I was taking basic courses, you know, the core courses at first. And there was an opening, you know, the Pan Am Airlines that's defunct now, no longer there. There's a Pan Am opening for an employee there at the airport. So I dressed up and I went in to interview, and there's all these different people interviewing. There's big hulking guys, and you know, I was probably one of the most petite gals there. And I remember interviewing and them saying, you know, you're going to have to be able to lift 50-pound bags from the passengers when they check in onto the conveyor belt. And there might be times where you are outside, where you have to be outside getting these 50-pound luggage pieces off of the conveyor belt into the cart. Can you do that? And I'm like, yeah, I think I could. And they were looking at me and they said, you're so petite, I'm not sure that you could do that. So I didn't get that job, but I thought that perhaps being an airline employee would be fun, which is ironic because, as you know, in a couple questions ago, I'm not a very good flyer, so I can't even imagine if I had tried to become an airline steward. No way would I have done that. That would never have panned out. I will answer 2 more questions in this video, and then we'll have to save some others for another day. Okay, the next one is, what is your favorite brand of cosmetics? I have a cosmetics addiction. I will admit, yes, I do have an addiction. And because of that, I honestly don't have a favorite brand. I tend to go more high-end. I've been so disappointed in so many drugstore products and wasted so much money that way that I tend to go high-end because I seem to have better success with high-end. I'm enjoying Urban Decay products right now. I'm enjoying IT Cosmetics products right now. Of course, a few Estee Lauder and Givenchy. And the Anastasia lip glosses, I'm pretty hooked on those at the moment. Those are just a few. Last question for today. What is your favorite ice cream flavor? This is my favorite ice cream flavor, and I don't even know if they make it anymore at Baskin-Robbins, but it's the Baskin-Robbins peppermint ice cream. I love it. I loved it as a kid. I would love to have it now. I don't eat a lot of dairy anymore, but that would be a fun little splurge sometime. I know last year I took my younger son to Baskin-Robbins once. I don't remember seeing the peppermint ice cream. That used to be a staple that they had when I was growing up, but I don't know. They may not even have it anymore. There may not be enough people that would love it like I do. But yep, that's it. My favorite ice cream flavor. That's my first installment of questions and answers. Thanks so much for joining me. And if I didn't get to your question, don't despair. I will still be making another video or 2 where I'm looking at questions. It may even take 3 more, but I will get through them, so just keep watching. Welcome to all of my new subscribers. I'm so glad that you decided to join us. I just love my subscribers. Everybody's been so great. I appreciate every single one of you. I really do. Everybody have a great week, and I will talk to you again really soon. Bye.